Yo, 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 yo. I know you heard me on the radio. True. I'm your boy, Big Trent here on Real Convos. We got another episode for y'all. Be sure to like, tag, subscribe, comment down below. We want to know what y'all want to talk about, what the reviews is. Today, I got a special one for y'all. I want to talk about the baby mamas. The baby mamas and the baby daddies and child support. But no, I was at work and we were talking about child support. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to have a conversation with somebody that actually deals with that type of situation. We were talking about what warrants child support. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I got to get me a single mama on the show. Like, I got to get somebody that's single that, that she out here doing the thing with their children. So I was like, let's see. I have to get Brazil down here. So Brazil, I'm glad you come down here and sit down with your boy. We're going to get real deep now. I'm going to get real deep on you.
Gotta get ready.
Now tell people what you do, outside. They don't know that you are what?
A single mother.
In a
model.
Right. So you've been modeling. How long you been modeling?
I've been modeling since I was 7, like doing pageants here.
Mm-hmm.
I was Little Miss Fayetteville when I was 7 years old.
What?
Yeah, I had to do it. And then as I started to get older, going to different photo shoots and stuff, but it never worked out because my mom was a single mom. Trying to get me, trying to get you out there.
Yeah,
trying to get me out there, but it didn't work out. So when she tried to do it, then it's just like, okay, we stopped because, money flow. She had to take care of 4 kids.
Right.
So that was hard for her. Then I started doing it. Went a little far, but then when the contract hit, they took my photos, didn't let me get anything out of it. I wasn't getting paid for it.
So you're doing a rebranding now?
Yeah.
All right, well. We all go through that. We all go through a little down. Now we on the up.
Yeah.
Now, how many kids you got?
I have 2.
2. How old are they?
4 and 6.
Okay, they got the same daddy?
No, actually.
2 different daddies?
2 different daddies.
Now, did you choose that, or you just like, we gonna move on?
I was with somebody for 4 years. Engaged, and then it just, took a turn for the left. And he just did whatever he wanted to do, and I just left. I couldn't take it no more. Because being in love with somebody, and then you all of a sudden get everything you want, then all of a sudden it just turn around to being nothing. So
do you have both of them on child support? Or?
No, actually, I don't have either one of them on child support, to be honest. I mean, I did have them on child support, but I wasn't paying nothing. I would get like 36 cents or $20 here and there. I'm like,
so you tell me they not paying no child support?
Nope.
And the law not doing nothing about it?
No, I mean, I called a couple times, but then it's like, okay, what am I really doing?
Now that asks me a question. Now, what warrants a woman to go get child support on a man? Is it because sometimes I feel like women put men on child support when they mad. Not like when they really need the support. Right. They just be mad at the man because he cheated or he with a new girlfriend. Yeah. So what do you think warrants it? Is it really just trying to get support for your child, or is it more of a fight back on an unwin situation?
Honestly, for me, the only reason I did child support was strictly because I needed that help. Because me going through everything I was going through at the time, because in the beginning, I didn't need the help. I just left them alone, didn't do nothing, didn't want nothing.
Right.
But then it was just to the point where it was like, okay, I didn't lay down by myself for me to do it by myself.
That's true.
You played with me. We planned a child together. Literally planned it. Got engaged, and we talked about it. We tried for like months. And then all of a sudden you get a child, you scared and running. So later on down the line, I was just like, okay, let me try to get something out of him because he's going to help.
Right.
But then it came to me, I was like, what's the point?
Well, I did a poll this morning. I was like, hey, do people really think that child support actually goes to the child? Do you know 78% of people thought that it does not go to the children, that it actually goes to the mother? Is that now is that a true thing? So like, let's say you paying $400 a month and you getting the $400. Is it really going? Because like I always thought this is what the mother should do. If she don't really need the support, let's say she don't really need lights and water, then they should take the money, put it in a bank account, and then when the child get older, or you want to get a child an allowance, or something happens with child, then you use it. But I be seeing these women out here with Gucci bags and Fendi coats and all of that. And I be saying, where that money come from? Because I know they ain't working. I know they ain't working.
Well, most of them, you know, they're not. But
but you didn't get to experience that because they really ain't been paying.
I don't get anything. So what experience am I having? That's why I just say forget about it.
So you took them off.
Now, because I took them off because I was strong enough to take care of my own kids. What do I need you for? If you're not going to be here this long and they're 6 and 4, what do I need you for?
So do they play a part now? Are they more
They're
hands-on
trying to.
now?
I can tell you that they're trying to, though. Because, like, my oldest, he'll come around every few weeks. But it's just like sometimes it goes a month or 2 months. And then it's just like, okay, you're not going to sporadically be in your child's life whenever you feel the need to be.
So do you date now? Like, are you dating now?
I'm
You dating? So how is it, you know, being a single mother, trying to introduce these new guys? Because I feel like mamas need love too.
Right.
Mamas need love too. How hard is it trying to bring these guys to not only accept you, but also accept those children?
I can say it's really hard because the way I grew up and being around men and things happening to me, not because it's my mother's fault, of course, but it's just the fact that, like, she had boyfriends and things like that. But things that happened to me.
Right.
Now I'm looking at, okay, if I get a boyfriend, I'm still learning. How long does it take for me to bring that person, that male figure, around my kids? Because I don't want different ones around them. They're gonna get confused. But now, like, me trying to bring somebody around now it's just like, okay, well, he's been here. I've been friends with him for 9 years. Now he's been here for a year. He came in, he was scared at first because he has no kids.
Right.
So everything that's happening now is new to him. So for my girls to love him, like really love him, he gets up with me for school. He gets up and makes breakfast. If I don't feel like getting up and I have that time where I'm tired, he'll get up and make them breakfast and take her to school and come back in here and clean up the house, and I'll still be in bed, and then I wake up and everything is done. That's the type of man I want in my kids' life. Then my kids are happy.
I'm not going to lie. I only attract single mothers. I think because I got a dad at Bob or Uncle Bob or something like that. Like, I only attract single mothers. I don't know what it is. I think I don't read sexy. I read stability.
Oh my God. You do not look bad at all.
I look like stability
good.
though, but I look more like stability. Like my producer, he more, you know, he they like the sexy. He's sexy. I'm stability.
But you got a look about you that's like, okay, I care.
That's true.
Got a tender.
Because it's teddy bear. Teddy bears always.
The teddy bear look is
teddy bear always get people
safe.
comfortable. Well, they do, you know. But okay, so do you feel like that your children, even though they have your demands that you have now, that they lose something because of some of the choices that you made by not, having that unit? Sometimes I think we all want to have the unit. But
there's
space there that you're missing something. Do you feel like your children really think about it now? Is it something that you're going to have a conversation about later?
Honestly, the 6-year-old, she definitely is very intelligent. She asks me all the time, well, Mommy, because she's my mother too at the same time, she'll tell me straight up, Mommy, you don't need him. You just need us. You just need to love us. But the thing is, now that she likes someone, the second person that's ever been around her, it's just like, okay, well, Mommy, I want you to get married to him. It's time for him to marry you. Because she said it's been a year. You are not my mother. Why are you telling me when I should get married? You already telling me what to do. I'm telling you. But now she's like, okay, well, Mommy, is he going to be married and be my new daddy? So when that question hit.
So what takes, I was blessed enough to have a male figure to step up and be my father, even though he wasn't my biological father. He's the only father I know. What does it, with your children being of age, the 6-year-old still a baby, where she does know her real dad. Is there a problem that you hear her say, may call another man daddy? What? Or do you think that's a question that your past mate would feel more upset about than you would? Because I do see a lot of guys, they not in their life, but they get mad when another guy, his child is calling them, daddy.
Well, definitely, they're both mad. They don't want to hear that. Oh, that's not their dad. they can't do this and do that. They can't discipline your kid. Like, you're not going to tell me what they can do when you're not even around yourself.
I'm glad you brought that up. So do you allow your kids to get disciplined by somebody that you date?
I mean, I don't let my kids get whooped or nothing like that. But
you whoop them?
Oh, I tear it up if they need it be.
But you don't want. But you don't want the.
Don't touch my kid until I'm comfortable with you touching.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like if we're not married and we ain't been together 3 and 4 years, don't touch my child. But my child is also not going to disrespect an adult either.
Okay. See. Most
but
people,
he can discipline to a certain extent.
So like stern talking to him.
Yeah,
Stern
like,
talking
you better
to
go sit your behind down type shit. Or you curse or something. Yeah, get him in line. Because if you don't, I'm going to get you in line. Because you're not stepping up like you claim you want to step up.
So we talked about, your relationship with your mother. So how, being that she was a single mother, do you think that's a trend that was learned, or is that something that just happens? Because I was reading a statistic that most single mothers raise children and they end up being single parents.
It's because you go off of what you mostly learn. I'm not going to lie. It's real. You go off of what you see and you think that's okay. Or you think you can do it by yourself because my mama did it. So I got a mentality. It's like, I don't need nobody else. Because I see my mom didn't need anybody else. Yeah, it was hard. I seen her struggles, but she did with 4 kids. So I feel like, yes, I can do it. I've learned to do it by myself, but do I want to? No, I want to break that generational curse.
Right. So do you feel like you were teaching them something different than your mother was teaching you or try to teach you? So that you just changed the way that you parent
the way that I parent is me being more open with my kids. I'm your best friend second, but I'm your mother first. And my mom was more of like, I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but the type of relationship we have, it was more of, I'm my own mama, but she's still there, but we didn't have that mother-daughter relationship. So now that I'm trying to teach my kids, I'm taking everything I've learned and turning it around into a positive.
Right.
And just teaching them how to love the correct way.
How their relationship with their grandmother, they got to?
No.
No?
No, I literally can tell you I have nobody. When I have to turn to something, like every time I get a job, I have to lose that job because I'm sitting here trying to do what I'm supposed to do, fixing them with the schooling and everything like that. So daycare, can't do it right now because I can't, go to work to get the money to pay for the daycare. Right. And I don't want to live off the system. I really don't. Because I'm trying to teach my kids, you do not need the government to take care of you. Right. You need to get up and go get it yourself.
That's a powerful statement. A lot of people would say that you should go get government assistance to help you out. But, I get that because I've always felt that government assistance was the program that broke up the black family.
It is.
I do believe that. I feel like people, it was there to replace the black man and the father in the lives of their children and then their wives and mothers and so forth. So I do understand your sentiment. And I do understand that government system is good to an extent. I feel like it's supposed to assist, not cripple you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of women get crippled off of it because they're so used to, they're content with getting help from the government. So like, okay, cool. The more kids I have, the more I'm going to get.
Right.
And that's how a lot of women are today. And the more kids I have, I'm stressed as hell.
But the women, it's some women out there that use their children, not just as a financial assistance, but they use it to manipulate and be vindictive against the men who are these children's father. Because I always wanted to ask a woman, like, what drives a woman to take a child and say, oh, you can't see your daddy this weekend, or you can't see him for 4 weeks at a time? Like, what takes it, what gets y'all to that level where y'all can say, okay, nah, they don't need no rights this week. We're going to take those rights away. Have you ever been in that place where you felt like, you know what, nah, you ain't going to see her this week?
In the beginning, when I was like a new mother, because I was mad, I'm not going to lie. I was in that predicament where I was bitter at the time. And when I was bitter, I was like, okay, you wanted to cheat on me. You wanted to ask me for an abortion when I was 6.5 months pregnant. So guess what? When you did that and you didn't come around in the beginning, I feel like I have a say-so.
Right.
Now you can see your child when I'm ready for you to see her. But that also goes back to me saying to myself, that's not hurting me. That's not hurting him.
Right.
That's hurting my child. So now all of a sudden, whenever you want to be a parent, you can be a parent. I'm going to let you.
Right.
I'm not just going to stop you from seeing your kid anymore. But have I done it? Yes, I have. Because I was mad and angry because of what you've done to me. But I had to learn over time, it's not me anymore. It's about my kid. She needs her father because I grew up without one. And I don't have that time for her to go through that again.
So how are the relationships now with the children and the fathers? Are they closer? Are they getting to the level where they, that's daddy, I love daddy.
Yeah, it's definitely got to that point where she goes and is like, well, I want to go to my daddy just to see her smile the way she smiles. And when he comes to get her, she gets like this little tiny look, like she goes into a baby mode or something. And me seeing her smile like that, it like brings tears of joy.
Well, how are y'all relationship?
My relationship, we could be cordial. If we're talking about my child, that's all we
They
need
be trying to
talk
slide
about.
back in the DMs.
Right. I know I gotta come at you. Chill out, okay?
They be trying to come back to you.
They be trying to act bitter, like they don't care about me and like they don't. Boy, when you sitting there talking to me on the phone, you say something else. But as soon as I get on the contact of, don't do that, then you want to act bitter towards me. You mad because I don't want it no more?
Well, I can understand the man, and if they want to, keep in contact, make their family. Because I've seen that too. Like a lot of guys, they break up. Then they get this epiphany, like they want to have a family now. Like they want to have their wife.
That a long time ago when you
so there's no level of reconciliation. No. Like y'all will never get back to that point.
Me and him haven't been together since my daughter was.
The oldest one or the youngest one? The oldest one.
The oldest one's father. Me and him haven't. He's tried just 2 years ago. I'm not going to lie. We went to the beach for her birthday, and we're thinking, like, he was probably getting that in his head, like, okay, we're here as a family.
Right.
I could probably take care of the little, like, my tinier one, my 4-year-old. So he was like, okay, I can accept this, and I want to do this. You're not about to talk to me about what you want. This is so long ago. She's turning 5. That's it.
I mean, I always say there's a chance for family. But I know with you, it's like, it's a whole lot of past and a whole lot of, messiness with that relationship, that reason why. But I really do feel like guys, they grow up. But it's too
late for that.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but sometimes y'all were children. Think about it. Y'all were kids when y'all had them.
Now in my mind, do I, think of when I talk to my child when she's asking questions? Do I think maybe okay, well, mommy, why you don't want to be with daddy no more? What's going on? The most I could tell her is because, well, me and daddy love you, and that's all it's going to be. We love each other because we have you. That's as far as it's going to go. And then she'll ask me, well, why you don't want to marry daddy? Daddy doesn't want to marry you? Because she had it in a point where he told her straight up, I don't like your mom. You don't tell a child that.
Oh, God.
You don't come over and talk to her and say, your mom's being stupid right now, so I can't see you. Don't blame me, because guess what? I'm not going to talk bad about her father to her, ever. She's going to grow up and see the truth in you.
But you see that in a lot of women, you look like your old sorry daddy, you just as stupid as your daddy.
You got some that talk like that, but I can't, because my mom's never done it. She's never badmouthed my daddy, ever. And my dad hasn't been there. He just showed up when I was 17 years old.
So that brings me to a question that, you don't have a relationship with your father. Do you know who he is?
One.
You have one, but y'all don't have one now?
No, he's dead and gone.
Oh,
he passed away from cancer. So as soon as I get him in my life in high school, he's taken away from me just like that.
I'm sorry to hear that. But that brings me to the next question. Do you believe that your not having that relation with your father led to you making the decisions of who your children's father is? Because I feel like a lot of women choose their baby fathers. Like I know they don't think that, but if I tell every time you lay down, you choosing to say we about to have a child, even though there's
opening up your legs without a condom, you definitely choosing.
So in that sense of it, do you feel like now that you're at you've been through that with those two, that you can get to a level where you can better decide who's better for you now?
And who I want to have my next child with, or who to take care of the ones I have
right.
with. Definitely. Because now I see what I'm looking for in a man. Because I see how my grandfather is. My grandfather is like a dream man. He does, he's the provider. He's very old school, of course. He feels like if you can't provide, you don't eat. And if you can't take care of that woman and then some 2 times, then there's no reason for you to be around. So it definitely helped out with my decision of being who's in my kid's life.
Well, I tell people all the time, I feel like we choose our parents and our relationships. It's weird, but we choose our relationships based on who our parents were. So, like with me, my mama was real forceful because she had 3 boys. So anybody know my mama, if anybody know my mama's a G. She don't play nothing. She'll cuss you out, whatever the case may be. And so when I choose women, I always choose women that are strong, that are, kind of take charge, what I'm saying? Take charge kind of women, because that's what I'm used to. So I feel like even though you didn't know your father, do you feel like that you chose your father and those 2 other ones because you didn't know them, or was it like a subconscious thing that you feel like you really did pick your father and those 2 baby fathers that you had?
From the male figures that's been in my mom's life, yeah, I did choose the men in my life because of what I seen and thought it was okay. Because my mom used to get her ass beat. So when I got into the relationship, like I told you, we was talking a little bit earlier, me getting my ass beat, and I told myself, you always have that mentality, I'm never going to deal with that. I'm never going to do this. I ain't never going to let a nigga do that.
Right.
But what do? You
learn what you live.
Right.
That's what I always tell people.
Then when I started getting my tail whooped, guess what happened? Weak state of mind. That's okay. He's not going to do that no more. Then I'm thinking like, okay, well, my mom told me this was going to happen. As soon as you start getting your tail whooped, you go into this mentality of, okay, I'm going to forgive him. Because you go through that honeymoon stage, everything's good. Then you go back to the arguing. Then you go back to the, okay, well, it's happening again. Do I forgive him or do I walk away?
Right.
But then you get that hope in your mind like, okay, he's never going to hit me again. And once he did that in front of my kid, it was just like, oh, no. Then I seen the way my oldest was scared. My 6-year-old, scared out of her mind.
That's deep right there. My producer told me I got like 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So we're going to probably have to do a part 2 on this one.
Right.
All my things end up doing like part 2. So I'm going to bring you on again to do the chapter 2 of this. Okay. Because it's going good. But I was telling him I think I might bring a single father on a little later on to kind of get both sides of the story. Too, But Brazil, I appreciate you, coming on to my show. You were first female on the show now. First female. So you kind of set the precedence.
You got to start off with a bang, that's why.
But y'all, I appreciate everybody coming on. Be sure to comment, tag, follow, subscribe. Real Convos with Big Trent. I'm on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You find me, I'm Big Trent. And I'll see y'all next time.